Everyone says the same thing. Just grow your audience, more followers, more downloads, more views, because once you have that big audience, everything else takes care of itself. Am I right? Nope. No, not exactly. Because what I've seen over and over again is that podcasters and creators follow this advice. They grow their audience and their income stays exactly the same. Or worse, their workload explodes and their business still doesn't work. So today we're going to talk about why growing your audience may actually be a trap and what you should be building instead. Hello again, everybody. I'm Gordon Firemark, the podcast lawyer, an entertainment, media, and business attorney who helps creators build smarter, faster, safer, more profitable businesses. And if you're putting time and energy into growing your podcast or your content platform, this episode might just change how you think about that entirely. So here's the advice that everyone gives. Post more content, be consistent, grow your audience, and to be clear, none of that is wrong. Audience matters, but it's incomplete because what nobody tells you is this: audience growth by itself does not create a business. Now, the problem here is that let's say your show grows and you get more downloads, more listeners, more attention. Sounds great. Am I right? But let me ask you this. What happens next? Do you have a way to capture that audience off platform? Do you have a way to communicate with them directly? Do you have a product or service to offer them, to sell them stuff so they're paying you? Do you have a system that'll turn that attention into revenue? And that increases your workload. And all you've done is increase your visibility, but not your income. So here's what I see all the time. A creator starts gaining traction. Their audience is growing, and suddenly now they're feeling pressure to produce more and more content. They spend more time editing, planning, posting, promoting. They chase the algorithm. But financially, nothing really changes. Or maybe they land a few brand deals, but those are inconsistent and out of their control. So now they're working harder than ever for results that don't match the effort. That is the trap. So here's the shift I want you to make. Growth doesn't fix your business. It exposes your business. What you need is a monetization strategy, a conversion path, a system. Then more audience just means more people seeing a system that doesn't work yet. And that's frustrating. That's why you need those things, because it feels like you're doing everything right, and yet nothing's changing. No growth, no revenue growth, I should say. So there's another layer behind this that we have to talk about. If your audience only exists on that platform, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or TikTok or podcast hosting, and you don't actually have a way to reach them other than that platform, well, then you don't actually own that audience. The platform does. Algorithms can change. Accounts can get flagged. Your reach could drop to zero overnight. And if you don't have a way to reach your audience directly, well, then you're going to be starting over from zero on a new platform or a new account. So ask yourself this. If your main platform were to disappear tomorrow, account gets disabled, the hosting service is suspended, or whatever it might be, could you still reach your audience? Or would everything you've built kind of disappear along with that? That's the real test. Now, there's also another cost that people don't talk very much about. It's the time, energy, opportunity cost. If you spend all your time chasing growth, well, then you're not spending time building products and systems and assets. So even if your audience grows, your business doesn't. So what should you actually be doing instead? Well, sure, you still grow your audience, but you do it with a purpose. You build an owned audience. That's an email list, a community, a way of managing direct connection with your folks, with your audience, a monetization path like products or services or offers you can make them, a simple system that'll turn their attention into revenue. Because smart creators don't just grow audiences, they build systems that turn attention into assets. So let's take a moment and just step back and examine all this. If your goal is just to grow a podcast, then yeah, audience is everything. But if your goal is to build a business or to replace your 9-to-5, well, then your audience is just the starting point. The real value comes from what you build behind the content. That's the difference between a content creator, and someone building something bigger, someone heading for media moguldom, as I like to say. Now, if this is something you want to start doing a little more intentionally, thinking about your podcast not just as content, but as part of a business, well, that's exactly the kind of work that I help creators with. You can book a strategy session with me. It's free. Go to firemark.com/strategy, and we will look at where you are now and how to start building something more sustainable. Now, next time, we're going to shift gears a bit and talk about why sponsorships alone won't make you rich. Because relying on ads might feel like progress, but it's not the whole picture. So I'll see you next week here on Legit Podcast Pro. And until then, keep on creating, keep on doing great things, and start building that business of yours. See you soon.